Kanye is coming all over stadiums of people because he has a new bully listening party along with a new interview that just came out and just other news in general. So let's get into absolutely everything. And before we do that, a ton of you watch but are not subscribed. Leave a like and subscribe. It helps my channel out a ton. Also follow my Twitter, a lot of cool stuff there. Okay, let's dive into all of this new Ye info because like everything Kanye the last few weeks, it's interesting to say the least. Is that the word we want to use here? I'll start off with talking about this newly scheduled bully listening party. Finally, some kinda good news from this 2-month crash out. Like I said, kinda. I'll get into why this can possibly go very wrong in a second. But this bully listening party is going to once again be in Korea, and this will be the first LP that is just straight up marketed as bully only, especially after we got V1 now. The last one in China, we did get some bully stuff previewed, but it wasn't an album listening party. So yeah, this one is going to be special. Now, I'm sure most of you watching are wondering when this thing is actually going to be. The official date for this show is May 31st. Tickets will go on sale in April. And like I said before, it is in Korea at the, I'm so gonna mess up this name, Incheon Munhak Stadium, which seats a massive 50,000 people. Also subscribe with notifications if you want to see that. I'll be live streaming the entire thing when that happens. And all of this stuff about the LP have been confirmed. It's real. The Korea promoter from the last show he did here posted these flyers and confirmed everything. So it's super exciting to hear that something reliable is coming up. The last LP here was one of the best, and on top of that, it was officially live streamed, so this is hopefully going to be good if we get that again. And I'm sure with the album dropping so close on June 15th, or at least supposed to be dropping on that date, Kanye will be trying to get as many eyes as possible on this, making it a huge event to get a bunch of attention, which is exactly why it could be a huge problem. Obviously, we know that Ye is a D1 rage baiter edgelord, especially with his recent interview where he wore this, which we'll get to that in a second. But seriously, what is this going to look like? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if all of this is just like insane imagery and just like literally the most offensive things piled onto that stage that you can think of. Listen, have your opinions, I don't really care, but like this is just like cringe edgelord Sigma lone wolf group leader shit. Kanye has been doing this lately. Like the art coming from it isn't even good. I mean, look at World War III, but we'll have to just wait till it happens or we find out more about what this set is going to look like for that show. Now we're getting to an interesting part of today's video. The long-awaited Kanye x DJ Akademiks interview has finally dropped, and I'm here to sum up the entire thing for you so you don't have to watch it. And this isn't the only thing left in the video, so just stay watching till the end because there's even more news after this. So first, we finally got an explanation on why Kanye dissed Virgil. Here's a look at that. Kanye is not real, bro. Like, he really just said I'm evil. Like, he's actually Lone Wolf Sigma. Like, I wasn't joking about that. Along with that, Ak also just asked about the relationship with Cardi, and Kanye was claiming that he is a part of the Matrix, and that along with that, when Ty Dolla $ign apologized for what Kanye said, that the labels were threatening to drop his artists and mess with their money. Here's a clip of that. Now listen, like, I totally believe this, right? I totally believe that labels influence what an artist says and does, and Kanye is completely right about that. It's all political, right? Like, they have to be politically correct. Well, at least the people giving them money make them be politically correct. But the labels are also basically paying for these albums to be created with advances. When an artist gets money from the label, they're basically just taking a huge loan. They have to pay that money back eventually. So if you didn't know how that works, that's how that works. A lot of artists are kind of puppets in a way, if we want to call them that. But Kanye is still kind of in the wrong here, because you're saying all of this crazy shit and expecting no one to react when you're messing with their money. It's honestly just like a big giant circle of bullshit. Kanye also said that Drake was a million times better than Kendrick culturally, and that the labels did this on purpose. And I mean, it's pretty obvious as well that labels and media are pushing Kendrick extremely hard. To be honest, me personally, I'm not a huge Kendrick or Drake fan, and I can't believe I'm still talking about Kendrick and Drake and the big 2025. But being in the middle, I could tell you that Kendrick is getting pushed way more than he probably should be, and there's a reason people are getting sick of him. Like when Kanye was everywhere in 2021 with Donda and Donda 2, no one was really sick of him because the art spoke for itself. It was good and everyone loved it because it was real love. And I think this is kind of what Kanye is talking about here. So honestly, I kind of agree with that too. Kanye also spoke a little bit more about Cardi and Travis, basically revealing that he was supposed to be on Music and Utopia, and that he was taken off both of them without any notice, even though he was used and had a big hand in creating both of those albums. Obviously, if you're a big Kanye fan, you know that Utopia is basically just a scrapped Kanye album, being God's Country. We know that Kanye originally created Telekinesis, which was Future Sounds, replaced by Future and SZA when it was literally his song for Donda. We also found out that Kanye was on Del Resto and even had a snippet leaked of that. Here it is.
Hold on till it falls to the night. How long you gonna take to get dressed this time?
So yeah, just mumble. We'll obviously never know what the finished version of this will sound like, but it would have been really cool to see Kanye on Utopia. That was definitely a feature that was missing there, and same goes for Music, to be honest. Like, I'd so much rather have a Kanye feature on Music than Kendrick. And Kanye actually said it perfectly himself, that it's just like different sectors of rap, and Kendrick isn't in that sector. It's like what I talk about on here is like the Kanye, Cardi, Travis, that whole area of rap. And then you have like the Kendrick, Baby Keem, Doechii, you know, like there's sections. There was a 2020 track list as well that apparently exists with a lot of Kanye on it for Utopia. So when that leaks, because I'm sure it will, that will be an insane grail. But yeah, Ye looked very hurt while talking about all of this. He even went on to talk about how he felt about Cardi posting North and tagging Kim. Ye seems sad. He seems broken after all of this stuff. And honestly, it looks like he's starting to feel like the post-nut clarity of all the crazy shit that he said. That's common for someone who's bipolar and having a crash out like this, having to deal with the consequences. And also, Kanye does make a lot of good points, like I said. He just gets them across terribly. And he's done this throughout like his entire career where he's had good points. He just can't like articulate them. And don't even get me started with all these stupid ass Twitter accounts saying that like we dodged a bullet because Kanye wasn't on Utopia. Utopia wouldn't exist without Kanye. If that happened back then in 2021 or 2020, they'd all be glazing. It just shows you all the fake love with these rap creators. But honestly, I don't even consider the people on Twitter like creators. Like they just say whatever gets the most interactions, and it really pisses me off. But yeah, he makes valid points with Cardi and Travis, but he did take it to the extreme and say some crazy things to make his points. And that's where he's wrong. This is why we need a classic from Kanye, so we can just shut all these people the fuck up. But Kanye himself also needs to shut the fuck up, so we'll see what happens there. And there is going to be a part 2 of this interview in Japan. Kanye did have to leave for the airport, so hopefully we'll get that soon. I think despite a lot of people not liking Ak, he could give a pretty good interview from Ye. Like, even though he didn't ask about a lot of music in this, we did get a lot of info from this. We just need actual questions being asked instead of letting Ye just go on and on and on yapping without a question. Ak did say the second interview is going to be more focused on music, so that's good. Now, along with the interview, we did find out that the song World War III released on Ye's new Spotify account is real, because we did actually get a new music video with it. I'd show it, but wait for it. It's pouring in a KKK rally. Hopefully this just ends up as one of those things that just happens in Ye's career and just gets deleted later on. If Bully drops on this account, the album is low-key cooked though. This only got about 400k streams, which is just not good for Kanye. He's one of the biggest artists in the world. If he dropped actual good shit, it would be performing a lot better. Y'all can cope and say that's good because it's a new account, but it's not. Now, along with that, we also got some new mumble, but it is a new snippet. Here's a look at that.
All you have to say is
And for the last of our quick little news updates here at the end, Yeezy slides are actually shipping, with orders with the shirt actually getting canceled, which is good. So hopefully we'll hear more about Yeezy stuff soon, but I'm sure Ye is going to be all focused on the rollout at this point. Comment your thoughts on everything. Do you think Kanye has a point, or is he just lost? Do you want all of this from Kanye, or can he slow down? Let me know in the comments down below. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and turn notifications on to get the newest videos the fastest. Follow my Twitter links in the description. Thanks so much for watching, and on that note,